Yes guys, and welcome to the 2023 season. I'm joined by Alex Marine and Mark Thistleton, and we're going to take you around the ins and outs of this TaylorMade tour truck. So I'm with Alex, tour technician and the head chef on this truck. So I'm not allowed on this side normally, but we're going to do it today. Alex is going to talk us through what he will do when the truck's all set up and at these events.
We'll start down this end. We've got some drawers here. This is all the left-handed product. They'll all have a backup driver head each, which we'll keep in here. You've then got all your hybrids in here, 2 models. Typically, we'll go from weakest to strongest. Everyone's totally different in what they like to see. It's important we have all that information on there. On the top here, you'll see all the machinery. This is calibrated with our office. One of my favourite machines here, the grinding machine. So we take all the material off with the blue belt, and then we'll polish it up with the red belt, take out any imperfections. Someone like Lucas Herbert or Roman Langasque, for example, they have a very specific grind. Lucas even at 2 degrees of bounce. So we do a lot of work on there. All the weights up here. So when I'm building the product, this allows us to dial in swing weight, spin rates, and we can change this on drivers and fairways. And then onto my favourite part of the truck, which is the shaft rack. All in weight order. We've got flex, we've got kick point, everything there, all colour coded up.
Alex knows everything about all of these shafts. So when he's loading this truck up, actually to be fair, you made me work for you. And when we were loading this thing up, it takes us about 5-6 days to get all of this done. We're carrying, I think you got me to do 2 full sets in there, didn't you? Some 2 iron options and 12 wedge shafts as well. So yeah, if you have any questions about what shaft to play, speak to Alex. He knows all of these shafts inside and out, and he can make some good recommendations for you to improve your game. Now moving on to the most used part of our truck, we've got the first truck event coming up soon, which will use these machines to see where players' golf bags are at. This is the iron loft and line machine, we've got the putter machine over here, and I will move on to the wood loft and line machine. Now these are so important because these players are the top % of players in the world, right? They need to know exactly where their equipment is. We call it a bag MOT, just make sure their grips are okay, their grooves are still sharp, and they're all hitting their consistent numbers and hitting better golf shots. If I bring you over to this part of the tour truck here, this is where I'll spend most of my time, and I'm not trying to annoy Alex over the other side. I will basically write out an order form for Alex, put it up on the side, and he'll carry on with the build for me. Alex also stores a few things over on my side as well, the wedges, and we've got irons beneath that. We've also got all of our tools and wrenches and everything, all of that cool stuff is over here. All of the grips that we have for our players will be kept in these drawers. It's nice and easy for him to come over here, select the right grips for each player, and proceed with the build. The wood loft and line machine, again, extremely important to us. A bit like the loft and line machine for the irons, it will give us a true loft and lie of the golf club, but also the face angle. And the face angle is so important for all of our players. Some players would like to see the face angle sit open, could be just for their eye, but also it will affect their start line. A lot of tournament professional golfers do not like missing the left side of the golf course, so we have to make sure that all of our drivers sit open for those guys because they like to see their miss towards the right hand side. Another thing that we do on tour is we have the ability to bend our fairway woods. I've only snapped one. Hopefully I don't do any more of that this year, but yeah, it works on a compressor unit. We have all of our molds in here. The fairway would sit into the compressor unit like this, and then it just sort of shuts down on top of it. Clamps it in position. We've actually now got our own loft and line machine, which we can really dial in to get the best results out of that. Other than that, it would just leave me to finish with our gripping station. So what will happen is the club will go down here, works on a clamp, the clamp will come across and tighten the golf club, and I have a little sneaky pedal here that brings out all my fluid. Couple of runs on that, dry time's about 15 minutes, and then that's the last stage of the building process. So I'm just going to bring you over to Mark Thistleton, who's going to talk you through all of the soft good requirements that these players have week in, week out.
This is the player's first point of call on the truck from when they walk on the door. This is kind of the waiting area, and as you can see, where we store all of our soft goods. So you can see we've pretty much got it full up at the moment because we've obviously just stocked the truck, all of our players' names. Typically, they're going to get 3 hats, 4 gloves and 3 dozen balls each week. So one of the cool additions we offer our staff players is when they win on tour, we give them their own number on their ball. Haotong Li obviously won in Germany last year. Little Chinese flag for Haotong there and a TaylorMade L1. Very cool. So some of them have got their own numbers. Obviously different balls, different conditions. Everyone has different sizes, different requirements. So obviously we've got everyone covered there. All the custom balls that I've just mentioned there, different numbers and customizations, we'll keep down here. Typically when this truck is fully loaded, we'll carry around 400 dozen balls, 600 gloves, and around 800 hats. In the corner here, tucked away, making good use of the space on our truck, this is one section we burn through, and a lot of towels. Obviously you never know what you're going to get weather-wise in Europe, especially Dunhill links. You know, you need to be prepared for rain, you need to be prepared for cold weather. So we've got your beanie hats, your rain hats in there. Bottom section tucked away, we're loaded up with umbrellas. This year, cool little addition, we've got our own little names down there so the guys won't steal my stuff again as they do usually. Out the back there, we've got the office. So this is where all of our meetings, players will come on, they'll chill out, they'll have a coffee, have a little break from their media, from their practice or whatever it might be. And obviously we've got a lot of meetings and stuff that goes on with players and their agents out the back there too.
Okay guys, that's the TaylorMade tour truck for the 2023 season. The truck is on its way now, doing tens of thousands of miles a year. Get in the comment section below, what content do you want to see on this tour truck? And we'll try and get that all over to you, and let's have a good season. Now, we've got to get back to work, so see you later.